In case you're just joining us, you're watching Minstrels on the Block. I am your host in temporum, Julian Hernandez, and our super secret special guest is Mr. Brian Mallard. You may recognize him from the show Minstrels on the Block. He's usually in this chair. So, we've been talking to you for a good, who knows how long. And this is kind of the part where we want to talk about your current projects. You're going to tell us what you have going on.
Cool.
And give a few more questions and inspirational words. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
You ready?
Ready.
Let's get into it. So, what's with the sunglasses?
The sunglasses. You may remember these from such episodes as Block Party. I go through sunglasses like socks, but these I've tried to hold on to. When I first started playing publicly years ago, and I didn't do it at first, and after a while I was like, hey, I had terrible stage fright. I couldn't even play. Couldn't sing anyway. Could barely play. And I was like, all I could do was see people out there. And, the natural reactions of somebody who can't play, So I was like, spotlights, dark room, sunglasses. So sunglasses would block out everything so I couldn't see. So it was almost like playing with your eyes closed. So I put on the sunglasses so they couldn't see me and I couldn't see them. And then I could play. And, it all took some getting used to, but it did the trick. Mm-hmm. And since I've long since gotten over the stage fright, but now I still wear them for the fact that if somebody likes my song and they can't remember my name, they will always remember that the guy wore shades.
It is kind of now your thing.
Yeah.
Every time. We actually like to, when he plays at the shop, we like to put on sunglasses with you. Renegade. I've had 17 million fake people ask me to ask you, what is your ideal Sunday off?
My ideal Sunday off?
Yeah.
Well, usually I work on Sundays, but my ideal Sunday, because
we live in the South, so most stuff is closed on Sundays. So, if you had the day off, what would you do?
Either watch movies or go out and drive around the countryside. Mm-hmm. I still have some of that country since I grew up in the country, preferably with Stacy. Mm-hmm. And the things that I enjoy are very simple. Mm-hmm.
Well, who doesn't like popping in the John Denver and going up to Pine Mountain and driving around?
And it's a plus if you can find a good fried chicken place.
Oh, yeah?
Little hole-in-the-wall fried chicken places, you can't go wrong.
That is a good Sunday.
Yeah, that is awesome.
So, this is something you asked me on my interview. What would you say to people who want to play music? What kind of inspirational words would you give to people?
If you want to play music, do it. I've never liked commercial slogans. I've always had an aversion to commercial slogans, but there are some that as time has gone by, I've realized are actually very true. And one is the old Nike one: "Just do it." You have to just do it. Now there's a time to just do it, and there's a time before just do it. That's for you to decide. But if there's something that you want to do, that you've got the fire, then you need to do it. The only way, because there's never the ideal time. Eventually, you can keep trying until you think it's the right time, but there's going to be a time where you just have to do it. And if you want to play music, if you want to do anything, get good enough at it. You don't have to get perfect at it, but get to where you can play and sing at the same time, which is more than I did. And go out and do it, and you're never going to know until you get there. And if it doesn't seem like it's working, keep trying it. Give it some time, and eventually you'll find out. And it's usually pretty quick if it's your thing or not.
So you've done it. You've been really active in it. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to tell the world? What's your music's mission?
My music's mission is, actually some of my music's mission has already been accomplished. I have had people who said, yeah, man, I get it. I have been, some lyrics from some of my songs have been quoted by other musicians. Another band has covered one of my songs. I've had a lot of people, connect with songs. And those are the things that you hope for. I like to get to the point where a lot of people feel that way.
The interpersonal connection with your songs.
Yes, and now I guess what I need to do is try to sell some songs.
Yeah.
Either get them on the radio somehow, or sell them for somebody else to do. I prefer to do them myself. Mm-hmm. I'm not above selling one for somebody else to do and live off the royalty checks the rest of my life. But it's not about the money. It's about the pride and the passion and the thrill of it all.
But we would all love to do this as a career.
Yeah.
Being paid to write music would be amazing.
Right. Yes. The career is what I'm after.
Well, speaking of stuff you're after, I mean, what are you doing right now? I know you got your studio you're doing. Please regale us with things in your life that you want to put out there. This is the plugging portion of the show.
Sweet. Shameless self-promotion. Mm-hmm. Ready for this. I have a home-based music studio. It's a very renegade setup, but it does the job, and quite well, as I've heard people say. Which is named Luminous Studio. I named it after my song Luminous Woman, who was named after the woman that at the time, who is long since not the woman anymore, but it was named after a woman, and the song was named after her, and then the studio I named affectionately after the song. Just kind of stuck the name on there and never officially did it, but I've got the studio. I'm recording, local artists. You actually.
I have started going into the studio. It's been fun.
Yeah. Will, Sarah J. I've recorded Jenny Woolfolk, Sean Rocks, Brent Lindley, a lot of Brent Lindley, B.J. Holland, and still working on that. I have a couple of more shows, the Block Party, where I shoot people singing and playing, and we air them here on CTV-EA. And I do day trips, Travel Channel. I was inspired by the Travel Channel show, and I love the idea of going out and shooting and putting things on there. I narrate it with my studio. Of course, the open mics, the playing. I've got a show coming up, a shared show at Soho on November the 3rd.
Okay.
Kitty Clyde, Sean Rocks, and Renegade. Those are my main projects at the moment. Fountain City Coffee Shops, open mic on Thursday night. You cannot go wrong. Cannot go wrong.
No.
And
it's
my co-host here.
I mean, so when are you playing at the coffee shop next?
That will be Thursday night, actually.
When is your show next?
Oh, actually, I don't have one scheduled. I need to get one scheduled. I've been so busy.
Do you have a Friday or Saturday free in October?
Probably not.
Okay.
Maybe November.
We'll get you.
Cool.
We'll get you in. It's been a while since you played at the coffee shop.
Cool.
So what I want to ask you now is probably the question that's on everybody's tongues at home. And I want your honest opinion on this. Mm-hmm. Who would win in a fight between Megan Fox and Scarlett Johansson?
Ooh. Well, Megan Fox has done a lot of action-adventure stuff. I don't know what Scarlett Johansson has done because I haven't really paid attention.
She was an Iron Man recently.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but she was like the secretary, right?
No, she was one of the superheroes.
Oh, was
too.
she?
Yeah.
I'd have to say Scarlett Fox.
You can't cheat like that. All right. Something a little more hard-hitting then. Who would win in a fight between you and I?
Ooh. It's hard to say because while you were gearing up to fight, I'd probably just go make a new pitcher of tea and sit back and drink.
You need to stop evading my questions.
No!
All right. Fine.
No, you'd win because I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Me? Excellent. The host of the show would always win.
Yes.
So today I'd win.
Yeah, today you would.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
So, is there anything else you'd like to put out into the TV airwaves?
I do have CDs on CD Baby. They're on iTunes, a lot of different download places. I suggest either cdbaby.com or iTunes. I've got 3 different albums, Brian Mallard and Renegade, Luminous Woman, at www.cdbaby.com/CD/Brian Mallard. I've got an Unshackled Mallard Lindley album. It's an acoustic, very loose thing. At www.cdbaby.com/CD/Mallard Lindley. And I have a Black Sky album, which is a solo album mostly, at www.cdbaby.com/CD/Brian Mallard 1. A lot of information there, but I'm sure they'll flash it on the screen.
Yeah. Is that number one or the word one?
Number one.
Cool.
Number one. And there's about 26 songs in all on the 3 albums. And I've got more stuff coming. I just haven't got it up yet. I have a Facebook page, facebook.com/Brian.Mallard. Friend me on Facebook, and I also have CDs available, other compilations that are for sale if you're interested. And that's what I've got going on.
Excellent. Well, we here at Minstrels on the Block have enjoyed having you in our studios, and we want to say thank you for coming on and giving the interview.
Thank you for having me.
This has been our super secret co-host, Brian Mallard, and he will return as your regularly scheduled host next week. And so this is Julian Hernandez signing off for Minstrels on the Block.